today we're going to be designing a house for my cute frog characters. After designing these 4 characters a few weeks ago, I just really want to give one of them a house. So I think I'm just going to choose this frog. He's just in his like little raincoat and he's a lot easier to work with because the other frog has bees and we have 2 chickens, but I really want to do a house for a frog today. So I'm going to choose this frog. I have no sketch for today, but I'm wanting to add in like a lot of round windows. You know I love round windows. I added them in for a lot of my like room videos. So I really want round windows. I also want like a rounded roof going on. I also want to add in a bunch of platforms as well, and then like a little frog kitchen, maybe like a little pool, and maybe like a little area for him to like read, and then a cute little bed for him to like sleep in. So I'm very excited about this, and I think let's jump straight into Blender. So here I am starting out in Blender, starting with that starting cube, which I don't always start with. So I'm wanting his little house to be quite a unique shape. I'm wanting lots of round elements to turn up, and I'm also wanting him to sleep in like a little round cave because I just think that's really cute. Here I'm just adding in my round windows, which I've gotten really good at doing, so I'm very happy with how these are looking, and I just love this little space for his bedroom. I just think he's gonna have so much fun to sleep in here, and it's just, oh, I love it. Look at those windows, they're looking so good. Then I went into the platform for it. I had a little bit of trouble, but then I just ended up beveling the edges to also round them out. Here I am going in to make the platform for the beard, also wanting to make it round just so that it kind of like goes with the round theme of everything. I'm trying to make a duvet here, but I'm really struggling with the vertices and how to actually do it. So in the end I just get a circle and then I just chop it in half and then I just fill it, and that's how I made the cute little blanket. I use a cube for the pillows as well, and here I am going in to make his little table just out of some simple circles and using the array modifier for those legs. Next I'm going in to add the wooden floors, and I feel like wooden floors I always forget about, but then also I always struggle with because I'm using like a round room in this, so I need to round out all the flooring and I just struggle with it a little bit. But moving on to the retaining wall, and then I'm doing these cute little triangles just for a little bit of detail on the wall as well. I think they look like little pizzas, but they're not supposed to. They're just supposed to be cute little details. Adding in an extra little window as well and beveling those edges so that it is round. Now I'm going in to make the cute chair, and I'm just making it out of a circle, and I've never done it like this before, but I thought it looked really good. Here I am going in to try and make like a curvy trunk of a tree so that I can add in some foliage, but for the life of me I just can't work out how to do it. So instead I decided to go in and start working on the leaf, and then I just thought the trunk of it would just come to me and I'll work out how to do it later. Here I am deciding that instead I'm going to do vines, so I'm just using a single vertex there and just increasing the depth of it so that there's a little bit more dimension to it, and then just extruding it around and creating this very beautiful vine-like texture. I know there's better ways to make vines, but this is kind of the easiest way for me at the moment with my limited skills. Here I am going in to make some simple books just out of cubes, and they're done. You know, they take me like 1 minute to do now. Going in to add in another little platform where I'm going to put like the little kitchenette, and here I am just placing around all of the little leaves on the vines. I know I'm a little bit all over the place here, but it looks good. I'm really happy with how these vines turned out. Here I am going in to make his little night light, and I really liked how this looks. I think it looks very funky. And then I decided to go in and add some assets from the asset library just because it overwhelms me having to fill everything with clutter. So if I can pull things in that I've already made, it just makes things a little bit easier for me. So I'm pulling in some trees, I'm pulling in this little mango tree that I made, and then I also decided to make him a little pot to sit in. Also put in some of the little mushrooms and the flowers as well, and then decided to put a little bit more bushes on the top of the like sleeping hutch. Here I am going in to make his little mini fridge just out of a simple cube, and then I just subdivided it lots, made a circle little window so you could see through the fridge, and it's done. He's got a little mini fridge. Here I am going in to make his like little kitchenette and just making his little cabinetry, so he's got places to store his kitchen stuff. I really like how this little kitchenette turned out. I think it looks very cute. I also moved the table up near the kitchen because I thought that made more sense, and then I went in to add in a pool because he's a frog. He wants to swim, so I thought he would love to swim in this little pool in his house. So I just put that in there and just tried to work out the best way to put the water in it, and then I just used the random modifier on the water so that it was just a little bit more bumpy. Here I am going in to make some deck chairs and just using a single vertex just for the legs, and then using the array modifier so they're the same on both sides, and then I just duplicated so he can bring a friend to his pool party. Going in to add in some more little shelves in the kitchen and some little legs to hold the shelves up, and then decided to add in all these little carrots, melons and tomatoes, and gave him a little veggie garden because I reckon this little frog, he is in the garden and he is farming. Then I went in to add in some more vines around the pool, going in to add some vines through the window as well, and just putting some little leaves on it. And then adding in my secret little frogs. They're like my first little frogs. I love them so much. I put them in most of the builds, but I thought they would like this build because they're frogs, and this is made for a frog. Put one of them in the pool, gave him a little ring, and then brought in my big frog. And this is his house, you know? I went in to start to texturize everything. A lot of the stuff was already texturized if I brought it in from the asset library, so that saved me a lot of time. But just going in to do all the wood textures using the shading editor there, and I usually use the noise texture because it adds a nice grain to the wood, so I really like the noise texture. So this is the house and what we've got for this cute little frog. If we just go through the structure first, like I've added in a lot of rounded elements, a couple different platforms, a little step, this beautiful dome with these round windows in it, and then this beautiful accent wall with the little triangle decorations. So I really love the dimension that all of these like elements give this house, and it just looks so good. Next we'll go into the pool, and this little frog is having a great swim in the pool. I love bringing in this frog with his mouth open. I think he always just looks so shocked. I think he just always looks so shocked, and he's so cute, so I love that I put him in here. So we also have a pool, got some vines going on here. We have a couple beautiful little seats with some nice patterns on them. Got a little book corner with this beautiful shoe. I love bringing that shoe in because I made it for like another project, but you won't ever see that project, so I'd love to just bring the shoe into this one. Over here we have a little garden outside so the frog can harvest his little crops. So we have little tomatoes and some little carrots too. Then we go in, we have a mango tree inside, we've got his little lily pads, we've got these beautiful little chairs and a dining table, and this little frog is just sitting there, and oh, I love it. They look so good. Behind him, we also have all of this produce. I don't know what this carrot's doing here, but he's gone now. We have all of this little produce here in the kitchen and some mushrooms. We also have some cabinetry in the kitchen, and then also this beautiful fridge, which I love that fridge. It's beautiful. We've got these vines as well on the roof, and then also these little plants as well that I stuck to the roof. I like them a lot. The frog's bedroom is like a little bit plain, but I like that. So he just has a really round bed and this beautiful little nightlight. And then also some vines like coming through the round windows. So yeah. And this is the little frog. I would say he loves his new little house. Like before, he had nowhere to live, and now he has this beautiful place. It also has like these little trees outside, and once again his little garden. I'm so in love with how this turned out. All right, let me now show you what this little house looks like rendered. Wow! I am so in love with it. I love how all of the circular like designs came out. I love the platforms. I love his little kitchen, his little pool, his little bed, just like the whole thing. It looks so good. I'm just so happy with it. I love it so much. Let me know which of my characters I should design a home for next. Maybe this like little chicken in the shark suit. Maybe he has like an underwater house. But let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will now see you in the next video.